Hey lovely people, welcome back once again to another episode of Stitches Biz Collection. I'm Miss Stitches. In this video, let me share with you how to make this simple and nice handmade beaded bag. Before we start, do all to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button. Let's get started. Materials needed. So you cut your fish line, you make sure it's long enough, you cut it off, and we are using 0.60 mm. You make sure you have the ends of the fish line, and then you pick 4 beads. Fix on any side of the fish line, fix all 4 beads. And then you cross with the 4th bead using the other side of the fish line. You make sure you have the ends of the fish line, pull it out so one side will be longer than the other. Then you have your first ring done. Going on, you pick 3 beads, fix one on each fish line, fix one on the left fish line, fix one on the right fish line, and then you cross with the 3rd bead using both fish lines. You still make sure you have the ends of the fish line, pull it out, and then you have your 2nd ring done. And then you still pick 3 beads, fix one on each fish line, fix one on the left fish line, fix one on the right fish line, then you cross with the 3rd bead using both fish lines. You pull it out, and then you have your 3rd ring done. So I'm going to continue weaving with the same method till you have 12 chains in all. So you weave till you have 12 chains. And then we have 11 now. Then with the 12th path on this fish line, you fix 3 beads, you fix all 3 beads, and then you cross with the 3rd bead using the other side of the fish line, which is my right fish line. You pull it out so you have the bead turned for you to weave to the other end. And then on this fish line, for you to turn completely on this fish line, you pick 3 beads, you fix all 3 beads as well, and then you cross with the 3rd bead using the other side of the fish line. You pull it out so you turn completely to weave to the other direction. So with the right fish line, you go through the next bead here, and then you pick 2 beads, fix on the left fish line, cross with the 2nd bead using the right fish line. You pull it out, and then with the right fish line, you go through the next bead again, fix 2 beads on the left fish line, cross with the 2nd bead using the right fish line. You pull it out, and then you weave on with the same method to the last end. So when you get to the last end, you go through the next bead, and then on this fish line, you fix 2 beads, and then you cross with the 2nd bead using the other side of the fish line. You pull it out so you can turn as well, and then on this fish line, you fix another 3 beads for you to turn completely. You cross with the 3rd bead using the right fish line. You pull it out, and then with the right fish line, you go through the next bead, and then you fix 2 beads again, cross with the 2nd bead using the right fish line, and then with the right fish line, you go through the next bead. So I'm going to continue weaving with the same method till you get to the last end here. So I'm going to continue weaving the mat with the same method about 22 times. So you weave till you get 22 in all. So we have the mat now, and this is exactly what you should get. 22 is to 12. So we are going to weave the base of the bag. So with a new fish line, you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then with a new fish line, you go through the 5th bead, then the 6th bead. So you go through the 5th and 6th bead, you pull it out, and then you have it this way. Then on this fish line, you fix 2 beads, and then you cross with the 2nd bead using the right fish line. Make sure you have the ends of the fish line, so one side will be longer than the other. You pull it out, then with the right fish line, you go through the next bead, Then you fix 2 beads again on the left fish line. You cross to the second bead using the right fish line. You pull it out. Then with the right fish line, you go through the next bead again. Then you fix 2 beads again on the left fish line, cross to the second bead using the right fish line, pull it out, and then you weave on with the same method. So when you get to the last end, with the right fish line, you go through the next 2 beads here, which is the 5th and 6th bead again. Then you fix 1 bead and cross it both sides of the fish line. You pull it out. Then with the right fish line, you go through this bead again, and then on this fish line you fix 2 beads. Then you cross to the second bead using the right fish line. You pull it out. Then with the right fish line, you go through the next bead. Then you fix 2 beads again on the left fish line, cross to the second bead using the right fish line. You pull it out. Then you go through the next bead. Then you are going to weave with the same method till you get to the last end here. So this is what you should get, and then we are not done yet. You still have to cover up for these 3 parts left. So you are going to weave with the same method for these 3 sides. And this is what you should get after you are done. And then we have the base nicely made. So you are going to pass the excess fish line through to secure this part of the work. And then here we go, we have it done. So this is one side of the bag. We have it nicely made. And then we have 5 on this side. You should get 5 on this side. And I made the same thing offline, but this time I have 6 on this side. So one should be 5, one should be 6. That is the size of the bag. And then this side is 12, this side is 12 as well. So we're going to join it, and after joining it, that is where we get the 6 attached to the black side. So you get 6, 6, and then it adds up to 12. So with the new fish line, you go through this bead here, then you pull it out. Then on this fish line, you fix 1 bead, and I'm using the black beads for that. Then with that same fish line, you go through the first bead on the other side of the bag. You pick 1 bead, and then you cross it both sides of the fish line. You pull it out. Then with the right fish line, you go through the next bead. With the left fish line, you go through the next bead. And then you pick 1 bead and cross it both sides of the fish line. You pull it out. Then with the right fish line, you go through the next bead. With the left fish line, you go through the next bead. You pick 1 bead again, you cross it both sides of the fish line. You pull it out, and then you weave on with the same method. So as you can see, we have the side nicely joining up. I'm going to weave on with the same method to this side of the bag. So you weave till you get to the side of the bag. And then this is what you should have after you are done. As you can see, we have the side nicely joined up. So on this side, now it's up to 6. Now the black is 6, the white is 6, adding up to 12. So that is what we want. We want it to be 12 is to 12 for each side. So the square shape you should get or should add up to 12. That is what we want to know. So now we are going to pinch the sides of the bag to get the shape we want. And my fish line is long enough, so I'm going to use the same fish line for it. So you pass the fish line through to this bead here. Then you have it like this. Then you pick 2 beads, fix 1 on each fish line. This way. Then you count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then you go through this bead here. So with both fish lines, you go through this bead. So the right fish line comes out from the left side, and then the left fish line comes out from the right side. You pull it out. So you have it this way. and then you pass the right fish line through the next 2 beads, then we pass the left fish line through the next 2 beads. So both fish lines should come out from this bead here. So you should have it this way. That's what you should get. Then you pick 2 beads again, fix one on each fish line. Then you count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then on this fish line, the right fish line will come out from the left, and the left fish line will come out from the right again. So you pass it through that bead, then you pull it out, make sure it's very tight. Then you have the second one done. Then you pass the fish line through to this bead here, both fish lines through to this bead. Then you fix 1 bead on each fish line again. Then you count 1, 2, 3. Then from this bead, you pass both fish lines through. Then the right to the left, then you pull it out. Then you have your third side done. So this is what you should have. Then you pass it through to this bead again, pass both fish lines through to this bead, then you weave on with the same method. So this is all we are doing for this side of the bag, and as you can see, we have it nicely folding up, so you should get the plaits out of it. We're going to put the same thing on the right side as well. So we have it all done, and as you can see, we have the round edge of the bag. So we're going to pass the excess fish line through to secure this part of the work. And then we have it done. As you can see, we have the pleats nicely made in the bag. So I'm going to fix a beaded handle for it. So I made this offline, and I have a video of how to make this handle, so I'll drop that below so you can watch and then follow up. We're going to attach it to the top side, so we attach it this way, not the other way around. Okay, so with a new fish line, you go through 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we have 6 in all. You divide it into 2, then you use the middle part of it. So this is where we are going to work around. So your fish line, just fix it on this bead. So you can start from any side, that is anywhere you're comfortable with. So you pull it out, and then on this fish line you fix 1 bead. Then with that same fish line where you fix the bead, go through any side of the handle, go through 1 bead, as you can see. Then you have it this way. Then you pick 1 bead and cross it both sides of the fish line. Make sure you have the ends of the fish line, pull it out. Then with the right fish line, you go through the next bead. With the left fish line, you go through the next bead here. And then you pick 1 bead again and cross it both sides of the fish line. Pull it out. Then with the right fish line, you go through the next bead. With the left fish line, go through the next bead. Then you pick 1 bead again and cross it both sides of the fish line. Pull it out and make sure it's tight. Then this time with the right fish line, you go through the next 2 beads. You go through 1, 2. Then with the left fish line, you go through 1, 2. So both fish lines should come out from this bead here, as you can see. Then you pass your excess fish line through to secure this part of the work. So this is what you should get after you are done. We have a handle nicely attached to one side of the bag. So we are going to use the same method to attach the other side as well, and I'm going to do that off camera. So this is what you should get after you are done, and as you can see, I have my handle nicely attached to the bag. So this bag is very cute and easy to handle, not heavy, and you can make this bag in any color of your choice. Feel free to increase the size of the bag if you want it big. Please give this video a thumbs up if you want to see more and more of my tutorials. Make sure to comment and share as well. Stay safe. See you in my next video. Have a nice day and bye.